Hello, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It has been so long, but hopefully we're back with at least a little bit more consistency. Um, Work and health-related issues have gotten in the way the past few months. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get around at least the work-related issues where we could get a little bit more consistency into the channel. That is the aim, for especially like the next few weeks. Um, but yes, for anyone interested, I will be live over on the Twitch channel at about 12:15, doing a live hate watch between for the match between Nottingham Forest and Manchester City. That being said, we are going to do my predictions, and I realise I'm leaving this very late, but it's very rare that I get a Saturday off. But hey ho, we're out here doing it now. So let's go. We are obviously starting off with the 12:30 kickoff. Um, Nottingham Forest versus Manchester City. Now, as a Derby fan, it pains me. It pains me. It really does pain me to see Forest doing so well, on top of Derby being really, really bad in the Championship. Um, but, and again, it's going to pain me to say it. No matter where Forest finish the season, it's going to be a good season. I think since their 7-0 drubbing at Brighton, they actually haven't won a game inside 90 minutes, uh, excluding obviously the two penalty shootout wins in the FA Cup. They actually haven't won a game. Um, so yeah, is this Forest train slowing down? Perhaps, but they do come up against the Manchester City, who themselves have not been firing on all cylinders as we are used to. Um, I think their defensive problems this season has definitely, it's shown, um, and I think whoever's strike force is on top is more clinical. Um, that side will win. So whilst I am not ruling out a Forest win, I do think City are going to edge this, and personally, I hope more than the other. I hope City do edge it. Um, but yeah, I'm going for a 2-1 victory to Manchester City. Um, so yeah, like I said, I'll be live on the Twitch channel doing my live reactions to that. Next up, we have two informed sides in Brighton and Fulham. Now, this is going to be an interesting game. I think Brighton have been, again, opposite to what Forest have done since their 7-0 thrashing by Forest. Brighton have actually been really, really, really good. Um, Fulham have also been very, very good. And I think, again, another team that could probably hold the head high up if things start to drop off in the latter stages of the season. I think they'll be pretty, they've been there or thereabouts, challenging towards the European places. Um, I think Brighton are going to win this. I'm going for a 2-0 home win. Um, but yeah, it could like every game could swing both ways. Um, Next up, Crystal Palace versus Ipswich Town. It is going to be a struggle for Ipswich Town to stay up this season. I'd love them to stay up, um, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I can't see them going to Selhurst Park and picking up 3 points. Um, Although, did they not pick up? They picked up a point last game when they were down to 10 men, which fair play. I'm going for a 2-0 home win again on this one. Um, Obviously, Palace have got to. They're going to be without Mateta, who obviously suffered that horrible injury against Millwall. Um, Obviously, hope that Mateta is doing well now. But yeah, I think I'm going for a 2-0 home win on this one. Next up, Liverpool versus Southampton. I think I say most games can a lot of games can swing most ways this weekend. I don't think this is one of them. Unfortunately, I think you are expecting miracles if you're expecting Southampton to go to Anfield and beat them. It's not out of the blue, but it'd be a long, long, long shot. I think Liverpool have we've seen Liverpool have the complete season. We've seen them win when they've dominated games. The other night against PSG, I mean, I didn't get to watch the game because I was working, but I saw the stats, and I think I checked the stats on the 85th minute just before Liverpool had scored, and Paris Saint Germain had like 27 shots to Liverpool's like 6. You know, that's football, and Allison, absolutely unbelievable. I watched the highlight. I got home watching the highlights and some of the saves he made. If he's not like the best goalkeeper in the world, I don't know who is. Um, I am going for a comfortable 3-0 home win here. Could be more, but I pray for Southampton fans that it's not too much of a drubbing. Moving on to the first of the evening games, we've got Brentford versus Aston Villa. This, apart from the Forest City game, I reckon this is going to be game of the weekend. Obviously, City and Forest are third and fourth, so they're close. Brentford and Villa are obviously very close in the table as well. Brentford at home are incredible. I don't think Villa are that good away from home at the moment this season. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong. So this one's a very, very tough game to call. Uh, I think I'm going to edge slightly towards Brentford. I think with Villa still being in Europe, I think it's going to be tough on the players to keep going, especially towards the latter end of the season. I think we could possibly see a dip in form. Um, but yeah, I think I'll go for a 2-1 Brentford win. Um, but we're very, very much looking forward to that. And hopefully, I will be doing live reactions to that game as well a little later. Um, then we got onto the final game of Saturday, and that is Wolves versus Everton. In, I mean, I think whoever wins this is probably going to definitely stay up. Obviously, Wolves are just outside the playoff, outside the relegation zone, but they are comfortably. I think they're about 7 points ahead. Um, I think whoever wins this, I think we can guarantee their safety. If you're looking at it realistic, Ipswich have got to start picking up points. And like I said, I don't think it's starting this weekend. I don't think a draw is a bad point for either side. Again, if Ipswich do lose, it edges them closer to survival. I think I'm going to edge towards a draw. I think I'm going to play this safe. I don't think I can predict a winner for this. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Um, but yeah, it could swing either way. Uh, Moving on to Sunday, Chelsea versus Leicester. Now I know Chelsea. Obviously, there was a time where Chelsea were up there. They were about 3 points behind Liverpool. Everyone's like, "Oh, Chelsea are in a title race." I feel like it was always going to happen that they were going to fade away, um, regardless of how poor they've been in recent weeks. I think they're going to be far too strong for Leicester. I think Leicester have just given up hope. I mean, yeah, I mean they're not quite Southampton bad, but they're getting there. They're not too far behind. So again, I'm predicting a comfortable home win. I think it's going to be 3-1 to Chelsea. Um, yeah. Moving on to Tottenham and Bournemouth. Tottenham are just a horrible team to try and predict what they're going to do. And at home, they've been shocking. You know, you would obviously expect teams to play better at home. Um, but Tottenham are a weird, weird side. And Bournemouth, I mean, hands up if you actually expected Bournemouth to be where they are now. I mean, I think they were always going to survive, like not get relegated. I think no one had them down for, or not very many people would have had them down for relegation. Um, where they are and challenging for Europe. We could see Bournemouth in Europe next season, which is absolutely mental. You know, some of the teams challenging for like Bournemouth, Brighton have obviously been in Europe a few seasons ago. Bournemouth, Brighton, Fulham. Man, this football just doesn't disappoint. Regardless of how the title race is gone. I mean, I don't think Arsenal are in the title race. I think Liverpool are going to win the league. Um, relegation is again relegation battle in the Premier League isn't that close. Um, I think the three teams in the relegation zone are going to go down. Um, but regardless, like yeah, Bournemouth have been absolutely brilliant this season, and I wouldn't put it past them to go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and beat Tottenham, and probably comfortably. So this one I'm willing to take a risk with, and I'm going to say Bournemouth are going to win, and it could be a goal fest because Tottenham are that sort of team. I'm going I'm going for a 4-2 Bournemouth win, which is mental to predict, but hey ho. And if it comes through, I'll tell you next week's lottery numbers. And then final game of Sunday is one that years and years and years ago would always get it get you going. Manchester United versus Arsenal. Now, obviously, Man United, like Tottenham, are a terrible, terrible, terrible team to predict. Um, they're just so bad, and the drop off has been laughable. It really is. I do think the manager is the right person for the job. I hope he gets the time because a lot of managers nowadays don't get time. Obviously, Ten Hag had a few seasons to get what he wanted, and it just didn't quite work out, regardless of the FA Cup win. Um, Arsenal, they've just done what Arsenal have done for the last 3 seasons, 2 seasons, sorry, and they've just. I don't understand how you expect to win a Premier League without an out and out striker. And this isn't something that's new to Arsenal. This is something that Arsenal have done for years. They've not had an out and out striker. I can't remember the last one, in all honesty. It was probably someone that's playing for, I don't know, a championship side now or something. I don't know. But regard, you need a number nine to you need a number nine to win a title, and you know, yeah, Arsenal. Unless Arsenal actually sign a number nine, I can't see him ever winning a Premier League title anytime soon. They've got a really really good squad. They don't get me wrong, they've got a really 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 good squad. But you need a goal scorer. You need an out and out goal scorer who's going to take games away from teams. And Arsenal just haven't done that. And this year they've been a little bit leakier. I, with in the like defensive midfield areas and defense area, they've been a little bit more fragile than last season. I still think they're going to have too much for United. Um, I'm hoping for a goal fest. I'm unlucky. I'm not going to get to watch this, which I'm working a rare Sunday. So yeah, I do think Arsenal are going to win. I think I'm going for a 3-1 Arsenal win. And finally, moving on to Monday night's game, we've got West Ham versus Newcastle. Now, given the injury updates and suspensions, obviously Gordon's missing. I don't know if he's missing from the league. But I think I read somewhere that Isak's out injured, which is a shame because he's in my fantasy football team. So I'm gonna have to sort that out. And West Ham, they've gone quietly about their business this season. Ever since sacking the manager and Graham Potter's coming, they've gone about the business quietly. And I think West Ham are going to win. I'm going for a 2-1 home win. So yeah, that will round up a lot of teams' 28th game. I think a few teams will be playing their just Villa. Oh, Villa and Liverpool will be playing their 29th game. The rest playing their 28th. So yeah, we are coming to that time of the season, and I can't wait. Like I said, guys, I will be live over on Twitch in a couple of hours with the reactions to Manchester City Forest. I'll drop a link. Be sure to follow. And yeah, hopefully, like I said, this will be the start of some consistency. I'll get this video up as soon as I can. I will also get next week's fixtures and predictions out by the middle of the week, so that you know gives it a little bit more time to brew. But until then, take care, guys, and come on, Man City, I guess. Bye.